Hey folks, I thought I'd take some time just to go through my Reaper setup and how I like to run things. This might be a bit all over the place, but the goal is to just kind of show that Reaper is a very powerful tool. It does need a bit of customization. That's the difference between that and other DAWs. But once you get it going, it's really powerful and fast, and it really does give you back that time that you spend putting into its setup. Let's just go for some gloopiness. So NVK Create, yeah, just a word on that. It basically is a very powerful tool. I only use it most of the time just to kind of drag in files if I need something specific for a particular design. I will just have it docked in the side here. And yeah, you can drag in individual sounds, or you can, yeah, you can kind of drag in the whole sound. And that's what I'll be looking at today, because it's quite common that you want the whole sound in there, and you're going to start editing it and chopping it up and preparing it for further exporting into your middleware. But yeah, you'll notice that at the top, if I play a sound, it's always listening for that, and I can always access any sound that you make, which is really good when you're playing with effects and things in real time and doing lots of kind of, you know, fiddling with things. You can make some really crazy sounds that are very hard to reproduce. So Global Sampler captures everything, and you can really easily reuse it for later. I always keep an eye on performance in case that causes things to kind of choke up. And on the right hand side, I've got just the default Reaper. These are the master tools, and you can see various ones here. I'm using Restream as well just to send the audio into OBS. But yeah, these tools look very bad when you maximize them here, but they're nice and efficient when you run them over in the side here. So you get an eye on everything from, you know, how your stereo field is behaving, dynamics, loudness, and yeah, just general levels and some visibility. I want to focus on kind of main ways that I work. With Reaper, what I really like about it is that it just makes things really easy and fast. And I don't like clicking on the mouse unless I absolutely need to. So I use keyboard shortcuts for everything. So that, as you see, I can kind of do things really quickly. If I just show you what actually I was doing there, I was pressing J and I was trimming and editing, just using a combination of just these 4 actions in this case. It just makes life a lot easier when you build these little actions. And you can get these either from SWS website, they're SWS extensions, or a lot of them are just the stock ones that come with Reaper. And other ones, you might need to go into the repack, and you can import repositories. And usually when you find something on the forums, in the Reaper forum, or on a website or GitHub, they provide you with a URL. You just paste it in here. And after you've done that, usually good to synchronize the packages, or you can import them, like I say, before you synchronize them, and it should all work, and you can manage them and update them later on after the fact as well. So yeah, that's how you get all these custom actions. And well, sorry, I say just additional actions. Custom actions are when you actually make your own actions with combinations of other ones. So I've got quite a few here that go back over the years. I try and delete most of the time ones that I don't use, but sometimes I just forget to delete ones that I'm not using anymore, or I'm not sure if I'm going to be using them, so I hold on to them. You can see there's only a few that are actually assigned to key presses combinations. But yeah, making these little custom actions is really good. Like I say, a very simple one would be just something like splitting a selection under where the mouse is without actually having to click on the mouse. I like to kind of sound silly, but like share the workload between my hands so that I'm not putting too much strain on my mouse hand, because I've got this lovely Logitech mouse G903 and it moves around quite quickly, and I like to keep it moving as much as possible so that I'm using my keyboard for actually making edits and cuts. So yeah, that was, you know, these kind of shortcuts are things that I find really essential, even though they're very basic things, what it's actually doing. Select item under mouse, and you know, it's just splitting it where the mouse cursor is. So stuff like that. Let me just show you how I go about preparing a sound like this. Let's just say, I'm just going to duplicate this. Let's just pretend that you know, there's different sounds, or actually even better, maybe just drag in different sounds. I'm just going to kind of like, yeah, let's just go with this kind of situation where